From inside Ralph Engelstad Arena, it's time for North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol. I'm your host, Dan Hammer. On tonight's show, we'll review North Dakota's trip to the Frozen Four. We'll hear from the outgoing senior class, and we'll be joined by Mike Richter Award winner Zane McIntyre. North Dakota was back in the Frozen Four last week, its second consecutive appearance, seventh appearance in the last 11 years. UND falls to Boston University 5-3 in the semifinals. Dave, good to be back with you again. Here we are several days removed from the end of the season. Not game week this week, but behind us, players on the ice.
Well, I think that's something that's just in the DNA. And, and guys, you know, this group has been a group that's shown up every single Monday morning. Right from early in the year. They're a consistent group of workers. They love being together and being on the ice. And that's what you hear in the background here right now, guys just getting out there on their own.
Have you had time much to ponder, to reflect, to look back on Thursday night in Boston?
Well, that, you know, more perspective comes with time. Right now it's, you know, it's a real work time in terms of digging into, you know, that routine doesn't change. Digging into the game, looking at the positives, looking at the negatives, certainly gaining perspective that will come as we move forward. So, yes, I have.
All right. When we come back, we'll take a look at the highlights from Thursday night's national semifinal game. Hear from the seniors and Zane McIntyre, all ahead here on North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Engelstad Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back. The Frozen Four in Boston last Thursday and Saturday. North Dakota and Boston University in the national semifinals. Dave, let's take a look at the highlights here. In front of more than 18,000 fans and a good UND contingency inside of the TD Garden. And your team worked its way through an uncharacteristic slow 8 to 9 minutes of this game, wouldn't you say?
Well, I think if you take a closer look at it, you'll see 2 or 3 minutes where we turn pucks over, you know, in the middle part of that 10 minutes. Our start was pretty good. First 2-3 shifts. This is first shift. We put one off the bar. We're getting pucks deep. We're you know, we were ready to play and we're on our game. The only thing, you know, in that first 10 minutes, there was a 4 to 5 minute period where a couple pucks we didn't get out, and a couple pucks, more importantly, that we didn't keep deep in their zone to put some of that early pressure on their defensemen that we saw as we went to the middle portion of this game.
Talk about a couple pucks you didn't get out. A couple of them were on this BU power play that eventually led to a goal here.
Yeah, and actually one of the things that led to the power play was a couple of pucks on the wall that we didn't take care of and chip out to the zone. It ends up in us killing a penalty, a puck that we did not get cleared, and it's a big time play by Eichel right here. I know it looks like a simple rebound opportunity, but it's a great poised play by their guy to make it a 1-0 game.
You certainly found your game, though, through the final 8-9 minutes of this first period.
No
Had
question.
To be encouraged.
Yeah, we turned the game completely, you know, our direction after the 1-0 goal, and had, you know, many good opportunities. You see one here, just slides under Nick's stick here on the power play. A lot of it started with a great power play, our first power play.
44 seconds into the second period. It's 2-0 BU here. You're on the power play, and Luke Johnson just makes a very patient, smart play here and picks a spot and beats Matt O'Connor. Yeah,
you know, it's a spot that we went to a few times during this game, and several went off the bar and out. This one goes, you know, right upstairs underneath the bar. It's a great play by, you know, by Johnson in this situation.
And not surprising that Luke is picking a spot here, because the scouting report was on O'Connor, one of the pieces, shoot up high, correct?
Well, I think it's one of the things that we saw, you know, in positions like this, get up top, and especially in that spot. You know, a lot of it is, you know, with any young goaltender, get pucks at his feet and find rebounds. So those are some of the simple things.
So you're rewarded for good play at the end of the first, then the early power play. The first 11.5 minutes of the second period, you have BU on the heels and really were in control of this hockey game.
Yeah, I love the way we played. You know, we were playing the way we wanted to play all the way through. Different elements to our game. You saw Keaton Thompson getting up ice and leading the attack on that one. You saw a lot of good low cycle plays. You saw some good plays, like this from the point with traffic, creating rebounds. We just couldn't get that equalizer to make it 2-2, but we were on a great pathway here through the game.
Didn't have a lot of puck luck. You saw Bryn Chiswick off the glove, off the crossbar. He had 2 crossbars in the second period, and despite the strong second period, BU gets a couple goals within 2 minutes here to take it to 4-1 at this point.
Yeah, they make a play for, on an even man situation. They make a play for the third goal. And then the fourth one that you'll see coming up is just a seeing eye puck that gets through a lot of legs and traffic.
3-goal deficit is a big deficit, but your team's been resilient all year. You had to feel like they're going to have an answer in the third period.
We knew our guys would, and we knew we would have an answer in the third, because really it was a continuation of our game. The only time we got a little wobbly was after the fourth goal against. We got a little bit shaky for a couple of shifts. Zane stepped up and did a great job to give us the chance. We had a good third period. As soon as we got the bounce here on the Troy Stetcher goal, it was game on one more time.
And again, up ice pressure causing some concern for O'Connor. Stetcher makes it 4-2. Then you're on the power play less than 4 minutes later. Here we go. It's a 4-3 game. Great pass here by Nick Madsen to Connor Gorder.
Yeah, real good presence on this rebound play. It's a good one-timer by Odie, and then just a great backdoor play to a guy that's familiar with making big plays for us, Connor Gorder.
Isn't that the truth? His junior and senior year, he has been Mr. Clutch in national tournament games. So it's 4-3, and then just shortly after the Gorder goal, you're going to come back and again put more pressure on. Connor Gorder nearly ties it here on the next shift.
Yeah, he's got the game time goal on his stick, and it's unfortunately it doesn't find a hole on this one, but right back on our toes, pushing the envelope.
Did you feel in your gut at this point, Dave, you were going to get the equalizer?
I don't think anybody in our locker room had any other intention, even at 4-1 going out. I think we had full confidence in ourselves. Get one, and make it a closer game. Get 2, and worry about getting the equalizer late.
Final 93 seconds here. Coincidental minors. You pull Zane McIntyre. You have 5-on-4 for the extra attacker. We saw you drawing up some things here. What was the goal here besides obviously trying to get a goal with your possession?
Well, you saw a play right there. Their goaltender standing up straight. A lot of holes right there with the pass-out play. We just didn't hit it. But it's a regular power play in this situation. Unfortunately, we should have been on a 6-on-4 in this situation. But that's hockey. That's the game. We had the 5-on-4. We just couldn't get that equalizer.
You touched on it. I know you're not going to comment on officiating, but you thought the 2 penalties at the end of the game could have gone a different way, with Steph Patton taking the stick up in the net.
Yeah, it's easy with videotape. I just feel bad. I don't think Steph Patton should have ended his career in the penalty box. Yeah. And that's probably the biggest thing for me. He did everything right. And it was unfortunate to see him in the box as our season came to an end. 5-3
is the final. Let's take you inside the UND post-game locker room.
We can look each other in the eye, and what every guy did, everything he could for the other one, just battling up this weekend, and this game just going to the wire, and it's obviously really internally we knew we had a lot more to give, a lot more for our season to end on Saturday instead of tonight. So that's gonna sting for sure.
There's not one guy in here that quit, and that's kind of what we built this whole year around, just never quitting. And I'm proud of every guy in the room right now. So it's tough dagger.
How tough was it to see them put those 2 on the board in the span of 2 minutes after you guys had dominated the first 11 and a half minutes of the second?
Yeah, it's tough, but it's how hockey works sometimes. They capitalized on a few lucky bounces they got, and we didn't have those bounces early on, so you can't do anything about that. But we battled throughout the 60 minutes, and we were one shot away from tying it up, and it could have been a totally different game.
Obviously we didn't get off to the start we wanted, but I think after that, 50 minutes after that, I thought we came out and we played and we didn't give up, and I think we put them on their heels, and it's just an unfortunate outcome of the game, but that's kind of the way hockey is. So
yeah, even in between the second and the third, nobody really gave up. We all still believed we could win, and I don't think we were too surprised with the way the third period played out. It just came up one short. So.
There's so much heart and determination and resilience and passion and all those kind of words to describe this team, and We came out in the second and third period, and we kept fighting, and came out a little bit short. But that's definitely the way our team's been built, and that's definitely the way our team's going to continue to grow.
What did you share with the hockey team afterwards?
I just went around and gave every guy a hug and told them I loved them, and it's one of the best years of my life. We've had a lot of fun together. We've been in a lot of battles together, and there's a bright future for a lot of guys in this locker room. I think every guy, doesn't matter if it's hockey or life, there's going to be true men coming out of this locker room.
Dave, outside of maybe just a couple minutes in the first period, could you have asked any more out of your guys on Thursday night?
I thought our effort was tremendous, Dan. There's always, there's different momentum swings during a game. There's different bounces during a game, and very often it comes down to some of the little things. Our effort was excellent. Our team did much of what they did throughout the entire year. They played hard, they stuck together, and they were very resilient.
We'll hear from the outgoing senior class next here on North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sous Shop at Ralph Engelstad Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back. College hockey dished out its major awards in conjunction with the Frozen Four last weekend, including the Mike Richter Award given to the nation's outstanding goaltender. North Dakota junior goaltender Zane McIntyre was presented the Richter Award by Mike Richter, the former Wisconsin and longtime NHL goaltender. McIntyre becomes the first North Dakota player to win the Mike Richter Award. And Mr. McIntyre, Zane is with us here on North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol. Zane, thanks for your time. I know you want to thank a lot of people when you reflect back on what it took to bring you to the point of being the nation's top goaltender, correct?
Yeah, no, for sure. There's obviously a lot of people in my life that have influenced me one way or another, and I think with the award too, it's obviously individual, presented to individual, but I think as a team, as a whole, there's a lot of people here at University of North Dakota that really helped and contributed to that.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
well earned, well deserved. And as Carl Gehring told me a week and a half ago, he needs to be on top of his game, because anytime you get together with him, you push him to the limit. I think that's a great deal of credit to you.
Yeah, I think it's a good relationship we've had with working with Carl, whether it's video, whether it's on ice, whatever we do. We're always looking at ways to get better, looking at ways to improve on our game and what we can do for the team. So it's been pretty cool.
You know, last week in Boston, from the Boston media's perspective, their angle was the Bruins draft pick back in Boston, or in Boston, in the Bruins locker room. Did you feel more pressure last week than you would normally do with a hockey game?
I don't think so. At the end of the day, we're going out there to play hockey and loving the situation, whether we're playing in China or whether we're playing in our backyard in Thief River Falls. It doesn't matter. So I really enjoyed the process. It was pretty sweet and pretty surreal to be playing out in Boston, and it was fun, more so than anything.
All right, you have some decisions to make here. What kind of timeline are you looking at in making a possible decision about your future?
I honestly, I couldn't tell you. It's been a whirlwind with obviously going down on Thursday night and with that difficult game, and then all the crazy stuff that went on with the hat trick awards and stuff, and the Richter. So it's been pretty crazy, and just trying to catch my breath before anything. But we'll see within the next week here or so.
Who's helping you advise you, or who is it helping you in an advisory role as you make this decision?
There's a lot of people, actually. Obviously the coaches here, Coach Hakstol, Barry, and Jackson, they've done a great job of just kind of in their situations, what they've learned over the course of the years dealing with players and even themselves personally too, because you look back, Bubba played 3 years from here, and then the other two coaches played here as well. So I think first and foremost they've really helped a lot, and then obviously my family and people that are close to me around my family.
All right, Zane, heck of a season. Congrats on the season, on the Mike Richter Award, on being a Hobie Hat Trick finalist, and we wish you the best as you make a decision here in the not-too-distant future.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Right,
appreciate
thanks,
it.
Zane. We're back with Coach to take a look at the future next year on North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Springs Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back, Dave. 7 seniors played their last game last Thursday night. They came to UND from different players, from different places rather, with different makeups. I want to give you the chance to reflect on their contribution to your program.
Well, I think the best way I can sum it up, it's about culture, and we talk a lot about that here inside of our program. Being a good teammate, being a worker, being a competitor, doing things the right way. That's culture. And this group, from the time that they came in to the time now that they're leaving our program, has built on our culture. This is the last group that had the opportunity to wear the Sioux logo down.
And each of them refer back to that in their career.
Absolutely. And I'd be lying to you if I said in my heart I wasn't hoping for them to have the opportunity to pass along the national championship to the other 3 classes. But in reality, this group has done tremendous things within our program, and they have absolutely helped build our culture as we move to the future.
You had a great deal of trust in this senior class in terms of running the locker room, didn't you?
No question. We build different core groups each year. There's a different makeup, but there's no question. I felt, and as our staff did, we felt strongly that this group of seniors would be the driving force behind us, and they were, right down to the final second.
Yeah. Here they are now, the seniors, as they reflect on their past 4 years, this journey here at UND.
The senior class is a lot of heart, every single guy, and every game for 4 years we left it all on the ice, and we obviously wanted to add to the program by hanging a national championship banner, and the fact that we didn't do that is disappointing, but we have to also understand that we've had a great 4 years here, and we've made friendships that'll never end.
I think we went through a lot individually in his class. We went through a lot of ups and downs, and I think just a pretty uncommon group of guys. No matter what was going on, our backs were always against the wall. We'd find a way to dig ourselves out of that hole, and it's pretty special and just a big-time honor to have grown up with these guys, and it'll be a brotherhood for the rest of our lives, and can't be thankful enough for these guys for sure.
In the last 4 years, there's a lot that went into it, and it's hard to pinpoint one thing that we're going to be left here with, and that's a tough question for me, Hammer.
But right now, just it stings. The last the last game. I guess we're done here, and it's kind of hard to put in, kind of hard to grasp that. And it's meant more to me than words can probably describe right now. So
every single guy in this locker room has been and will be in my life for forever. We've been through a lot. We've come through a lot, and I mean we've had fun doing it. So it's been the best 4 years of my life, and something I'm not going to forget.
When we come back, we'll look ahead here on North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Springs Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back, Dave. You've already turned the page. You look ahead, as disappointing as it is not reaching that #1 goal, winning a national championship, but you're already looking ahead, aren't you?
Well, absolutely. You need to look ahead, and you need to take advantage of every day. First thing is finishing off a tremendous year with this group and doing it right. You have to remember these guys have been basically in season since the first day of classes.
Right.
So it's time to make sure that we finish up well academically. For our seniors, they're all going to graduate and graduate on time. We're very excited and proud of that fact. And then it's obviously looking towards the next and upcoming season and starting to put the building blocks in place. We've got a lot of great things in place, and it's time to start working on that full force right now.
You have 7 seniors who will exit the program. You have others who may move on to the next level. Internally, do you kind of know where the number is right now in terms of how many players you'll bring in next year? Internally?
Well, we know the number of seniors that are moving along. There's always a business aspect over the first couple of weeks here, and I think that's one of the things that we're very proud of is we help work through those business decisions with our players, and we do that with a real good two-way forum and level of trust. So we'll work through that the next couple of weeks. We'll know and understand exactly who will be moving on from the program, and thus turn to who will be coming in and the roles that potentially will be there for those people.
And that role for you is an advisory role. Talk about your role as an advisor at this time of the year for those players who have some possibilities.
Well, Dan, it's, you come into the program, and our number one goal as a staff is to help our players grow as people, and certainly grow and develop in their hockey career. When is the right time to take that step to the next level, to the National Hockey League level, and become a pro? That's a big part of development, and making good decisions is part of our job. Not just to be on a one-way decision path. We have to be open with the positives, the negatives, the challenges ahead, and the benefits possibly ahead. And we're very proud that we can help walk through that with our players and their families.
Well, Mark Pullman's off-season conditioning program will begin soon. There'll be summer workouts, and before we know it, we'll be staring at early October. This is our final show of the season. Thank you, Dave, for your time and allowing us inside your program throughout the year. I know the fan base enjoys it.
Well, Dan, thanks to the work that you do and your entire staff. We're proud to be part of of your organization with Mid-Continent, and thanks for all the work that you do for our program.
Thank you, Dave, for your time, and we'll be back next September for another season of North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol. Thanks for watching.